All right, guys, it's Brian, and I'm going to jump right into the story because it's a good one. Am I the a-hole for asking my father-in-law what century he's from when he reacted negatively to learning I'm pregnant with a girl? Hey, guys, I'm 36 years old. I'm a female. Now, my husband and I have two daughters, a 7-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old daughter. And I'm currently 6 months pregnant with another girl. Now, my husband and I adore our daughters and have never cared about the sex of any of our children. Now, our big concern has always been that they're healthy and happy. Now, my little girls, however, are thrilled that we're having another little sister. I like my in-laws, okay. Now, they've been kind to me and my children, but they are a bit more traditional and conservative than me and my husband. Now, on Sunday, when we had dinner with my in-laws, I told them that we're having another little girl. My father-in-law sighed, looked at my husband, apologized, and said we could always try for a fourth. And my husband looked surprised and said he's thrilled we're having another girl and only wants the baby to be healthy. I added there is no way we're having a fourth. This one was a bit of a surprise. My father-in-law, who has 3 sons, by the way, started talking about how sons are different and there are things that you can do with them that you can't do with daughters. I'll note that he has a habit of going on long tangents when he doesn't really think about what he's saying, but my husband isn't confrontational, and my mother-in-law is so used to him that I think she doesn't notice how offensive he can be at times. Now, I usually ignore his tangents, but this time, both my baby girls were at the table, and he was basically saying that my husband would like having a son more. Now, my oldest is very sensitive, and I could tell she was getting upset. So I cut off my father-in-law and said something along the lines of, "What century are you living in, Grandpa? Who would care about the sex of their baby?" The table got quiet, and my father-in-law looked upset. My mother-in-law later called me and said I was disrespectful and owe my father-in-law an apology. I agreed I might have been harsh, but he should have thought about what he was saying in front of my children. My husband told me he thinks I was a bit harsh, but also agrees that my father-in-law shouldn't have said that in front of our kids, especially since he's never cared about the sexes of our kids. Am I the a-hole for my response to my father-in-law? And do I really owe him an apology? Guys, this is Brian, and I really want to move right into this story. Am I the a-hole for refusing to adopt my sister's baby, even though my family says I should? I'm a 21-year-old female. I just finished college and was finally looking forward to starting my life. I went to college with a lot of my expenses paid for by scholarships and grants, and I've always been pretty responsible financially. Now, I've saved up a lot of money while in school and was able to buy my own small apartment. I just landed a job in my field where I'll be making about $45,000 a year. It's not a ton, but it's enough for me to be independent and comfortable, especially in an entry-level job. Now, my older sister, she's 27, has struggled with heroin addiction for years, and things recently got worse. She was arrested and is now facing a long time in jail, possession with intent to distribute, and an illegal firearms charge while in possession of drugs. The real issue is that she just gave birth a few days ago to a baby girl, my niece, who was born addicted to heroin. Now, the baby is still in the hospital going through withdrawal, and it's absolutely heartbreaking to see. This poor baby is innocent in all of this, and it kills me to think about the rough start she's having. Now, my family is pressuring me to adopt the baby. They say that because I'm the most stable one in the family, it's my responsibility to step up. Nobody else has the financial ability to add an extra person, especially a baby, to their home. They keep telling me that I'm the best option because I have my own place, I have steady income, and no major responsibilities or kids of my own. Now, technically, I could do it, but I don't feel ready. I'm only 21. I just finished college, and I haven't even started my career yet. I'm terrified of taking on such a huge responsibility, especially for a newborn with special needs. I don't know the first thing about raising a child, let alone one who's been through so much already. I don't even really want kids. I've tried explaining this to my family, but they keep saying that I'm being selfish and that if I don't take her, she'll end up in the foster care system. Now, my mom even accused me of abandoning my niece, just like my sister did by getting involved with heroin. The worst part is that the baby is being discharged from the hospital in a few days, and the pressure from my family is getting more intense. I'm so close to breaking because I do care about my niece, and I don't want her to suffer, but I'm also scared out of my mind that I won't be able to give her the life that she deserves. Am I worried that I'll end up feeling trapped or resentful? I feel like I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for watching inappropriate shows while I'm pregnant? Hey guys, it's Brian, and we're going to get right into this one. I'm a female, I'm 25 years old, and I'm currently expecting my very first baby, and she is due in only about 3 weeks. Now, my husband, he's 28, and I are so very excited to meet her, and everything has honestly been going great, except for one little thing that started only a week or so ago. So, for context, I really enjoy crime shows like Law & Order, Criminal Minds, things like that. I've watched both of these series like 5 or 6 times over each. I've always watched and loved them. Well, a week ago, as soon as I hit 35 weeks, my husband suddenly decided that he didn't like this. He told me I should stop in case the baby hears. I honestly thought he was joking, but he was very much not. He said he is genuinely concerned about her hearing and subconsciously absorbing the heavy topics of these shows. To me, that is ridiculous. It was even funny because this was literally a topic of Criminal Minds when one of the characters was pregnant. But I told him not to worry, that she's not going to hear, and she definitely isn't going to understand. But he was so argumentative. He has literally been full-on stressed over this. To appease him, I've been watching other shows in my free time, but honestly, it kind of annoys me. Am I the a-hole for still enjoying these shows? Would I be the a-hole if I still watch them? Next up, guys, in this one, am I the a-hole for countering someone's speakerphone conversation? Simple story today, I got on the elevator and a man was having a speakerphone conversation on the elevator ride. I decided it was annoying, so I put on Walk by Pantera full blast. Him and I were the only people in the elevator ride. He asked me to put it down. I told him to shut off his speakerphone and put his phone to his ear if he wants me to shut off the music. I said my music is as annoying as your conversation. He called me an a-hole. I smiled and said, cool, man, and we went our separate ways. So was I the a-hole? Well, this next story up, I'm Brian, by the way, guys. Let's jump into this one. It's a good one. Am I the a-hole because I won't share my proof of his infidelity? 2 weeks ago, this Thursday, I found out my boyfriend has been cheating on me, so I packed up and left the house. It's his. I have proof of his infidelity. He keeps asking to see the proof. I don't want to reveal my proof because honestly, I kind of like the fact that I know he doesn't know who to trust in his life. So, does not showing him proof of his transgressions make me the a-hole? I truly think he thought he could hide this and keep it hidden. No, I do not plan on returning to him. Cheating is a deal breaker for me, and I'm worth more than someone who can't decide if they want only me. All right, so this next story you have got to listen to. Am I the a-hole for telling my friend at a wedding that the bride hates her? So, for context, now my boyfriend, he's 27 and I'm a female, I'm 26. I was invited to my best friend's wedding. The bride ended up inviting me on her bachelorette party in Niagara Falls. I get to her house the day of, and me and the bride and 4 other girls are sitting at the table talking while we wait for one more to show up. And at that time, the bride starts talking crap about her fiance's best friend, who, by the way, is also one of my good friends, saying how she hates her and how she doesn't even want her to come to the wedding. So they made sure to sit her at a table where she didn't know anyone. Then proceeds to laugh about it and says more crap about her. Skip forward to the wedding. Now, my friend, the one that bride hates, shows up and is so incredibly happy to be there. Keeps talking about how happy she is for them and so on. She goes on to tell me that she gave them $700 as a wedding gift. I hesitated to tell her at first, but then thought if I was in her shoes, I would want to know. So I told her what the bride had said about her. She ended up taking the money back and was really upset about the situation. Now, weeks go by, and I think nothing of it until I get a text from the bride asking me why I lied about what she said. I never lied. She continued to gripe at me about the situation, and we no longer talk. So, am I the a-hole here? All right, guys, this next story up. Am I the a-hole for telling my coworker I refused to buy her a gift from her baby registry? I mean, come on now. I work in a large hospital on the overnight shift. I have a coworker on my unit who is heavily pregnant and about to go on to maternity leave. Now, she's nice, but she's pretty lazy. Some of my other coworkers thought it would be nice to throw her a baby shower before she goes on leave. Well, we all chipped in, $20, $30 each, and some people a bit more to buy decorations, a card, a cake, and pizza, homemade food, wings, pastries, drinks, plates, cups, utensils, etc. Now, the girls who put the thing together spent several hours on their own time decorating the break room and getting the food together. It was really nice, even though I'm not a close friend of this person. Well, last night, a few days after the party, this coworker is at work again. She approached me at my workstation and asked me if I had seen her baby registry on Amazon. I told her I hadn't, but it was nice that she had one. Then she took out her phone and began to show me individual items on the registry. She says, I just want to know who's buying me what so I can plan the other things I need to get for the baby. She was scrolling past things like $50 diaper bags, a $300 stroller. At first, I thought it was a joke, but she kept pointing items out to me and then asking me if I was going to buy one of them. It took me totally off guard. I mean, I told her, that's nice you have a registry for your family, but I already pitched in for the party, so I'm not buying anything else. She clearly took offense to this and told me to let her know if I changed my mind and sauntered off. One of my coworkers who overheard me said I was a little too blunt with her and that I should have been kinder with my delivery because she's pregnant and it's not a big ask to buy something small off the registry. I heard the rest of them all say things like, oh, that's nice, I'll look at the registry after work, or something slightly more palatable. Personally, I don't feel obligated to buy her anything since I already spent $30 of my own money on her shower out of the goodness of my own heart. But the way my coworkers reacted to what I said has me questioning if I was the a-hole here. So, Reddit, am I the a-hole? This story here is a good one. Am I the a-hole for leaving my boyfriend in the middle of, you know what? I'm a 22-year-old female and had been with my boyfriend, he's 23, for about 7 months. The relationship, generally speaking, was good, and we had a lot of common interests. Bedroom-wise, everything was really good as we are open to a lot. One thing that is an absolute hard limit for me, though, is degradation. We had multiple conversations about it because it's something my boyfriend enjoys. I even tried it once with him, knowing I wasn't a huge fan and hated it. So he said we could drop it. He absolutely lied about that and would continue to bring it up occasionally. And every time I would remind him that I don't like it and I'm not comfortable with it. The other day, in the middle of us getting it on, he started calling me all sorts of names. And this was degrading and was degrading me. I got sick of it after his constant pushing about this and doing it anyway, and just pushed him off me and told him I was so sick of this and that we're done. Then I left his place before finishing anything. He's been whining about this to all our mutual friends, which is weird in the first place. But anyways, a few of my friends think that I was kind of an a-hole for just ending it like that and not even having a proper conversation about it. I would appreciate others' opinion because I don't really think I did anything wrong here, but I'm kind of doubting myself now. Was I too harsh just to walk out and leave him like that?